There was something peculiar about the old house on Elm Street. After the Peterson family moved in, whispers swirled through the neighborhood about its grim history. Built in the late 1800s, it had once been a boarding house where a series of inexplicable tragedies occurred. The most notorious was the case of a tenant named Mr. Cavanaugh, who was known for his unsettling laughter that echoed through the halls at night. The Petersons, unfazed by the rumors, were drawn to the house's Victorian charm. It was spacious, adorned with intricate woodwork, grand fireplaces, and a sprawling garden that hinted at forgotten elegance. For the first few weeks, the family settled in peacefully, but then the laughter began. It started on a stormy night. The wind howled, rain pounded against the windows, and the power flickered ominously. As the family huddled together in the living room, they heard it, a faint chuckle that seemed to seep from the walls. Initially, they dismissed it as a trick of the wind, but it grew louder and more distinct with each passing night. Marcus, the eldest son, was the first to investigate. Armed with a flashlight, he traced the sound to the basement, a cold and damp space lined with cobwebs and forgotten relics. Despite his trepidation, he descended into the darkness. The laughter echoed ominously, now accompanied by whispers that seemed to form his name, "Marcus, join us." Panicking, Marcus fled upstairs, his heart pounding. He tried to convince his parents of the eerie phenomena, but they dismissed his fears as an overactive imagination. Yet, the laughter persisted, now an uninvited guest in their home. One night, as Marcus lay in bed, he felt a chill creep over him. A shadowy figure emerged from the corner of his room, its face obscured but its wide, maniacal grin visible in the moonlight. It leaned closer, releasing a burst of laughter that rattled the room. Marcus, paralyzed with fear, realized it wasn't just a sound, the laughter was a presence, a malevolent force woven into the fabric of the house. Desperate, the Petersons sought help from a local historian, Mr. Hargrove, who revealed the chilling truth. Mr. Cavanaugh was not an ordinary tenant. He was a disgraced illusionist who had practiced dark arts, attempting to transcend mortality. His laughter, a sinister spell, was meant to bind his spirit to the house indefinitely. Determined to rid themselves of the entity, the family performed an impromptu séance under Hargrove's guidance. Candles flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced along the walls. They called upon Cavanaugh's spirit, demanding its departure. The room grew cold, and the laughter rose to an agonizing pitch, nearly deafening. Suddenly, the laughter stopped. The house fell silent, and a palpable stillness lingered in the air. The family dared to hope that the nightmare was over. Yet, as they packed to leave, Marcus noticed something unsettling. The walls still seemed alive, vibrating with a faint, residual mirth that promised it was merely biding its time. As the Petersons drove away from Elm Street, a distant laughter followed, echoing across the deserted road. It was a reminder that some spirits, once awakened, never truly rest. And in the shadows of the old house, the laughter continued, waiting patiently for its next unsuspecting guests.